Hi guys, this is Satif from Redmond.com, and in this video, we'll show you how to get the Wideband L1 support on a rooted phone with an unlocked bootloader as well. So if your phone is currently having an unlocked bootloader but it's not rooted, or even if it's rooted, the Wideband L1 will get downgraded to L3 and you will not be able to watch any DRM content such as Netflix, Hulu, Amazon Prime in Full HD. At the very max, you'll be able to watch them in HD 480p and not 1080p. In this video, I'll show you how to get back the Wideband L1 support on a phone which has unlocked bootloader and or which is rooted by Magisk kernel issue or A patch. So with that in mind, please take a backup of all the data on your phone and then let's get started. I've already made a video on various other methods. For example, the last time I made a video on how to get this job done via the Let Me Downgrade, LS Post and Lucky Patcher, and apart from that, how to do so via the libOEM crypto disabler module and a few other methods. For example, by hiding the root and hiding the Magisk app, and this is the latest and this is the newest method. In this method, we'll be using the attestation key file to get the job done. So please take a backup of all the data on your phone and let's get started. As of now, this key has been tested to work on a Nothing phone, Oppo phone, OnePlus and Realme phones. I haven't tested this on any other phone. If you want, you could try it out and let me know if it works for you or not. But for now, it's been tested on the following phones, and as of now I'm using a Nothing phone 2 running the latest Android 15 build. So with that in mind, let's get started. First off, you have to root the phone via Magisk kernel issue or A patch. It's recommended to root via Magisk. So in this regard, you could either patch and flash the boot or the init boot file. If your phone came with Android 12 or older version, you have to use the boot file. If it came with Android 13 or higher version, you have to use the init boot file, then patch the file via Magisk. After extracting them from the stock firmware, which should be of the same version which is currently installed onto your phone. So extract the boot or the init boot file, then patch the file via Magisk, and once that is done, flash the file via fastboot command. In case of the boot IMG, you could first use the fastboot boot command and then use the direct install method. In case of init boot, simply flash the file in the init boot partition and get the job done. But it's quite a lengthy approach, so I'll be using a custom recovery to get this job done. In case of a custom recovery, you have to flash a recovery onto your phone. So let's get that job done as well. Let me show you how to do so. It will take just a few seconds. If you want a guide, I have a guide on that as well, how to root without using a Magisk, so using a custom recovery in short. So in this regard, first and foremost, you'll have to flash a recovery onto your phone. That's quite obvious, but before that, let's check mark a few requirements. So get hold of the latest Android SDK platform tools from my guide and extract them onto your PC. You must extract them anywhere you want. In my case, I've done so in C drive, and these are the files of platform tools. Now you have to enable USB debugging and OEM unlocking. The debugging is required for ADB command, whereas OEM unlocking is required to unlock the bootloader on your phone. So let's now enable both the toggles. For that, go to the settings menu on your phone, then go to about phone and tap on build number 7 times. This will enable developer options. So go back, go to system, developer options, and enable the toggle next to OEM unlocking as well as USB debugging. You will get a prompt on your phone, tap on OK. You might get one more prompt, so tap on allow. And with this, the debugging is now enabled. Let's verify the same. So copy the path of platform tools from here. Go to start menu, type in CMD, hit enter. Type in CD space, paste the path of platform tools, hit enter. And you are now inside the platform tools directory, as you could see. So now type in ADB devices and verify that you are getting an ID. If you are not getting any ID, then unplug and replug your phone from the PC. Disable and re-enable USB debugging. Tap on revoke USB debugging. Use the official USB cable that came with your phone and use the USB 2.0 port on your PC. So carry out these USB fixes and make sure that you're getting an ID. Once you're getting this ID, your next course of action is to unlock the bootloader on your phone. Do note that unlocking will wipe off all the data and it might make the warranty null and void as well. If that's well and good, you could refer to a guide and the video and get this job done. In short, you have to boot the phone to the fastboot mode and use the fastboot flashing unlock command. You will then get a prompt on your phone. So use the volume key to highlight unlock the bootloader and press the power key to confirm. With this, your phone will undergo a wipe and the bootloader will be unlocked, and then it will boot to the OS. Once that happens, make sure to re-enable USB debugging once again. Moving on, you will now have to flash a custom recovery, but before that, download the Magisk APK and the zip file from my guide. So go to my guide and get hold of the Magisk zip file and the APK file from here. Let's say the version 27, download it from the official GitHub page. By default, it will be in a APK format, so you have to convert it to zip as well. Most of the recovery nowadays can flash the APK file as well, but still, just to be on safer side, please rename it to zip as well, so that we have both the Magisk APK and the zip file. Once you have got both the files, let's transfer the file onto your phone. So let me enable file transfer from here. Just give me a second. Starting this device to file transfer, and now let's transfer both the Magisk APK and the Magisk zip file onto our phone over here, and the file has been transferred. Once that is done, we could now flash the recovery onto our phone. In this regard, you have to first verify if your phone has a recovery partition or not. If your phone has a recovery partition, you may verify that via the following commands. Let me show you. These are the 3 commands you have to input, and then it will list out all the directories and plat on your phone. If it shows you have a recovery partition such as recovery A and B, then you could flash the recovery in the recovery partition. But if your phone does not have a recovery partition, then you will have to use the fastboot boot command. Let me show you the command fastboot boot twrp.img. After that, you have to flash the recovery zip file via the install section, or you could flash the recovery img file from the RAM disk from here, or simply use the option flash current twrp and the recovery will be flashed. In my case, I am using a Nothing Phone 2 which has a recovery partition, so I will flash the recovery in the recovery partition only. Let me show you how that could be done. So first off, let me see the recovery file. So it's here. I am using an Orange Fox recovery. All the recovery pitch black Orange Fox.twrp will work. So let me copy the recovery file and transfer the file inside the platform tools directory, which is over here. And now let me flash the recovery. For that, you have to boot the phone to the fastboot mode. So type in adb reboot bootloader and hit enter, and your phone should now reboot into the fastboot mode. This will take only a few seconds. Once it's in the fastboot mode, type in fastboot devices and verify that you are getting an ID. If you're not getting any ID, then you will have to install fastboot drivers using my guide and the video. Get the job done and install the drivers. Moving on, we could now flash the recovery. So just type in fastboot flash partition name recovery, then recovery.img, which is the file name. Hit enter, and the recovery file is now flashed onto my phone since my phone has a recovery partition. And once that is done, type in fastboot reboot recovery, and your phone should now boot to the newly flashed recovery. This might take around 10 to 15 seconds, which is completely normal and nothing to worry about. So let's wait for that to happen, and then we will flash the Magisk zip file and get the job done. And even after that, you have to then boot the phone to the OS and install the Magisk APK as well. Simply flashing the zip file will not get the job done in your case. So let's first flash the zip file and then we will install the APK as and when the need arises. So give me a few more seconds for the recovery to boot up. And now select the Magisk zip file, swipe to flash. The Magisk file will now be flashed in a few seconds, and then you could tap on reboot system. Give it a few more seconds for it to boot to the OS, and then we will get the rest of the job done. Type on reboot system and your phone will now boot to the OS. Once that happens, as I've told you, the Magisk has been installed in the backend. In the front end, the Magisk is yet to be installed. So we will install the APK, and after that, the Magisk might ask you to do a direct install or type on OK in the additional prompt that appears. In that way, Magisk will get the job done on its own. So let's see what happens, and then we will proceed ahead with the next step. So the phone should now boot to the OS in a few seconds, and now you could install the Magisk APK file. So just give me a second, it might take some time. Now launch the file manager app onto your phone. This is the one from Google. This will get the job done. Allow internal storage and install the APK file. Go to settings, allow from this source, and you are getting the update option because the Magisk is there in the backend. We just want the Magisk app in the front end to be installed, and it should now be installed in a few seconds. When that is done, you will launch the APK file, and you might get this prompt. Type on OK, select direct install. Let's go. And now the routing is complete. It has flashed the new boot img file, and tap on reboot. The boot img or the init boot, depending on your phone. So once that is done, okay, one more thing. As I've told you, if you're rooting my Magisk patch boot or init boot, if your phone came with Android 12, you have to use the boot img file, and Android 13 and above, you have to use the init boot. But there are a few exceptions. For example, the Poco F5 and the Nothing Phone 2 which I am using, both of these phones came with Android 13, but they are still using the boot img file for rooting. I don't know why that's the case, but they are the two exception phones in this regard. So always remember that Poco F5 and Nothing Phone 2 still uses the boot img file even though they came with Android 13. So these are the two exceptions, and apart from that, all the other phones use the init boot if they came with Android 13. But for these two phones, you have to keep this point in mind. Anyways, moving on. We have now flashed the matches, and hopefully the routing should be complete by now. If not, we will have to look at some other ways around as well. Okay, the routing is now done, and we could now move ahead with the next step. So next up, okay, the routing is now done, and in this, we have to now get hold of the attestation.zip file. All thanks to the XDA developer Steve007 for this file. So you may thank him on XDA as well. So we have now got the file. Let me show you. This is the file. You have to extract the file as well. So extract all. Let's extract it anywhere we want, and it's now done. And go inside the folder, copy the attestation file, and paste the file inside the platform tools directory. It's very important. The file does not have any extension. Okay, yes, it does not have any extension whatsoever. Let me verify it once. Okay, yes, there is no extension whatsoever. It's quite strange. Anyways, it's an attestation file, so keep the file inside the platform tools directory. Once that is done, you now have to transfer the file onto the temp directory of your phone. So what you have to do is open the CMD window and copy this command and paste the command in the CMD window. Hit enter. The file has now been transferred inside the temp directory of our phone. Once that is done, you will now have to use this command, and you will now get a Magis prompt as well. So make sure to tap on allow or grant. So copy this command and paste the command over here. Hit enter. Tap on grant, and this is also done now. Now comes the most important command. This is the command. Copy this command and now paste the command in the CMD window. Hit enter. Okay, so now the most important thing is you will either get a install keybox is done message, or you will get error install keybox failed 2000. Both of them signify that the installation has been done successfully. So both of them are the same thing. So even if you get this error prompt, as you could see in my case, install keybox failed 2000, it's not a cause of concern. Everything has been done well and good. So don't worry about this. Simply move ahead with the next step. So even if you get the install keybox done, which is quite obvious, a good thing, but even if you are getting the fail message, it's normal. And let's move ahead. So now just copy this command and paste the command in the CMD window. That is now done, and now we could verify the result as well. So if you have the Netflix app on your phone, please remove the app and then reinstall the app. It's extremely important you do so. So uninstall the app from your phone and then reinstall the app. And if you're using a OnePlus phone, you could also verify using this code. So input this code in the dialer and then choose manual test, then scroll all the way to the right and choose others from the top hand side. After that, hit the key status button, and then you will see that all the tests except the sorter key should now pass, which signify that you are now on Wide1 L1. Before you could see around the RKP, Wide1, RKP default and attestation key were failing, but after carrying out this test, these tests will also pass and only the sorter key will fail, which is not a cause of concern. So you could also verify this test on a OnePlus phone, but unfortunately you cannot carry out this test on any other phone as of now. You could only do so on a OnePlus phone. So with that said, remove the Netflix app on your phone and then reinstall the app. So guys, before rounding off the video, I would like to discuss some important points. So as soon as you install and launch the Netflix app, you will get the following error message that this app is not compatible with your phone. This is happening because the Google Play Store certification has been failed on your phone. If you launch the Play Store and tap on your profile, go to settings, and you will then see at the bottom that Play Store certification device is not certified. So this is happening because we have just obtained root on our phone. So to rectify this issue, you will have to flash the following modules. You don't have to pass a strong test. That's not a cause of concern. Simply flash the modules. Magis Canary for routing. The Magis Stable and Beta will not work here. Flash the Magis Canary, Shamiko module, LS Post, Plane Integrity, Zygis Assistant, and Tricky Store. I know it's quite a lot of list, but flash all of these modules. And once that is done, restart your phone. So let me show you. I have just flashed all of these modules on my phone. These are the modules. Ignore this one, the Plane Integrity Fix, Shamiko, Tricky Store, Zygis LS Post, and Zygis Assistant. So flash all these 5 modules. And also you have to enable Zygis from here in the Magis app. Do that as well. Then restart your phone. And after you restart the phone, you will then get an option to fix the issue. So tap on fix device issue over here. As you could see, device not certified, fix device issue. So tap on this. After you flash all the modules and done a restart, tap on this, and then you will get this notification that device check complete. This device is now play product certified, and you could see the device is now certified. So once you get this message, you could then easily use the Netflix app without any issue. Apart from that, some of you might also get the Netflix error code 93. In that case, you will have to use this method to fix the error code 93. For that, you will have to use this method, the let me downgrade, ls post, and lucky patcher. It's a lengthy method, but this is the only way out to fix the error code 93. So do that and it will be rectified. Again, I am repeating, if you are getting this message, then you have to certify your phone. So flash all the 5 modules, and after that do a restart and enable Zydisk as well. Then tap on fix device issue, and after that your device will be passing the test, and then you could install the Netflix easily. And apart from that, I'm thinking of let me show you how to get this job done on the OnePlus phone as well, because I want to show you these status on my OnePlus phone. So let's get started for that as well. So guys, this is my OnePlus phone. Let me first show you in the initial state the status of this phone. So go to the, after that select manual test, scroll all the way to the left, select others, key status, and as of now I'm filling the RKP default as well as the attestation key and the shooter key as well. But after carrying out the entire steps, I will pass all the tests, just not the shooter key. So let's see how it goes. So guys, I have just flashed the recovery onto my phone, and I have flashed the recovery and then flashed the Magisk as well. And as you could see, as of now I've obtained root on my phone by Magisk. I am using the Magisk Canary version. So the routing is complete, and now I just have to execute a few commands. So I'll quickly do that as well. This is the first. Okay, so this is the first command, which I have to push the file of attestation file in the temp directory. So I'm using a new CMD window. The file has now been transferred. Now I have to use this command, and I will get a super user request as well, in which I have to tap on granted, and moving on. This is the next command, the second last command. So let's paste it here again, hit enter, and as you could see, I'm again getting this error message. This is completely normal and nothing to worry about. As I've shown you, either you will get the install keybox failed 2000 or this message install keybox is done. Both of them are the same thing, nothing to worry about. Finally, type in this command and paste the command in the CMD window, and we are now done with the task. Let's now verify the result as well. So open the keypad star hash 899 hash, manual test, others, key status, and let's now see. As you could see, I am just failing this test and passing all the other tests as I've shown you earlier. Most importantly, the RKP pipeline, RKP default, and the attestation key, I am passing this now, which was not the case earlier. So now I am passing all the tests, and now I could easily use the Netflix on my phone without any issue whatsoever. So guys, on that note, I round off this video. If you have any query with regard to any of the steps, do let me know in the comment section, and thanks a lot for watching.